morning, everyone. I'm Creuza Yanga, founder and CEO of Creudalva. I'm from Angola, and it's a pleasure to be here today with my colleagues on the stage. So for our panel, we will talk about how top leaders build brands that adapt fast, stay relevant, and earn long-term trust, even in constant change. Real insights, real strategies, and real resilience. And I will start with the ladies, of course. Catherine Berg. Catherine, talk a little bit about your company, and then please tell us how does strategic product development keep a brand resilient even when the market shifts?
Thank you very much, Krisha.
Thank you.
I'm happy being here. Thank you for the invitation. I'm working currently with two brands. One is Jute Agency. It's called Jute Agency, like the jute. And we are developing strategic concepts for automotive and lifestyle and also equestrian sector. A big part is also fashion sector, and we are consulting these industries regarding their future strategies and their positioning in future. Because in the last years, changes are happening that nobody could perhaps predict. So this is a big part of our work. The second is Manifattura Valor. It's a very interesting company because it's working around the equestrian sector. And the equestrian sector is a very big part of the luxury industry, even if you may not think about that, but equestrian is kind of a, I would say, interesting luxury sector with ultra-high net worth individuals. So I have both perspectives for answering the question, which is how the product or the brand can keep itself resilient for future. And I think there are these common pillars that everybody knows. So we are looking concurrencies, we're doing analysis, we are working on a brand or a product portfolio with a core collection, with faster selling products and some innovative products. So it's always about how about to position the product, of course, and then staying innovative, being brave. All these things, I think, are very well known for how to keep a brand and a product resilient for the market for many years. But in the end, I would like to talk a little bit about my personal experience, as it's in luxury industry, it's very complex, I would say. The customer is much less predictable, I would say, because he doesn't or she doesn't buy out of a need, and we are never selling just a product, we are always selling an emotion, a feeling, something like that. So for us in the past years, it's getting more and more important to know our customer really well. Of course, that's also nothing new with data analysis, but also just being half of a psychologist and half of a sociologist, in my opinion. Because in the end, we are always acting out of the, I would say, very, very profound needs. It was always like this, that ultra-high net worth individuals wanted to differ, they wanted to create a gap, but in the end, they want also be part of a direction. So it's important, getting more and more important, to know what they are really striving for, because in the past years, we had a lot of overloaded products that are, I would say, much more decorated and much more selling, crying out, shouting out, hey, I'm luxurious. And this is now going back a little bit because it's getting really, people are getting bored of this content, which is very artificial, which is very predictable, and it's not real products anymore. So how can we now create also for the big brands in automotive sector, how can we create the product strategy for them that the brand keeps being resilient and keeps being interesting and relevant for them? And that is what we work on. And I think one part is the psychological factor, apart from all the analysis. But to be honest, I don't look a lot at analysis because they are done based on, let's say, a certain amount of data. And you receive an analysis too late, always. You're always too late. And I think you have to be a very, very, very sensitive person of all the market changes to find out what the ultra high net worth individual or the luxury consumer will request next. And that's how also we are working. So, or I'm working like this. There are so many interesting examples. In the past, we could also managed to come up with a horse blanket that was recognized by Elle Fashion magazine. I think that was the first time that a fashion magazine honored a horse rug. And the same also Architectural Digest was awarding that same horse rug as one of the 100 best designs. And this is something, a very good example for how place, position, location, and timing came together at the same time. So for me, the most important parts are the psychological, the analysis, or the sociological, what is going around in the world and what is changing the world at the moment, and then what is the best time and the best place where the customer is involved in his environment and where does he want to position. So these are the thoughts we are considering when we are developing our products.
Perfect, Catherine. Thank you so much. Our guests, after, you can make a question if you want, okay? But now I will invite Stefan Gogol. Stefan, welcome again. And my question for you is, how do brands stay resilient by mastering the unsexy layer of quality, reliability, and trust? Of course, we want to know a little bit about your company and your product or service too.
Yeah, thank you for being here, for being invited. I'd love to share my idea of this with you in a few moments. Let me just introduce me and my companies. So I'm a German-based founder, and my companies, they are pretty much focused on quality assurance in the software system, in software systems. So we are a tech company, and we are really rare because the company is already around 25 years old. So in software business, this does not happen a lot. So our core business is around quality assurance. What does this mean? This means we help to create sustainable and software with value. So you pretty much have experienced a lot of these possible very nice apps. Maybe you have even installed an app and deinstalled it from your phone within seconds because it doesn't work. And this happens more and more, especially with the new era of AI. Copying of ideas is a very easy thing, and therefore the only difference you can make in such a fast evolving market is to be sustainable. And this is pretty much what we help companies with. One of our biggest clients, you probably have experienced one of their services. If you have a Pixel phone, for example, from Google, every single one of them is tested by our software. Our software is maintaining that these devices are working, sustainable, and safe. For example, the battery, that it not overheats in a plane and burns down the whole plane while it's flying, something like this. This this is one of our duties, and this is how we help companies sustain with their products. Because, of course, a burning plane would be a very bad thing for PR, I guess. So it wouldn't be a good thing for Google to have this kind of an incident. Therefore, they're testing their devices with our software to prevent such kind of things. So we have customers in pretty much every vertical, everywhere in the world. Also, government is a big part of our portfolio, because here we challenge a lot of important things. It's between governance and data protection, data security, and also growth, which is the biggest challenge for most of them, to keep track with software systems and development, but on the same side being resilient to what happened in these modern times. And therefore my companies do not only delivers not only the software, but we also help customers to make them to implement this and make their software systems much better. So my idea, I already mentioned this, how to become resilient in these times. That is a good mixture of being innovative, but also deliver sustainable quality. So the feature is nothing without reliability. So if you have a AI-based accounting system that scrambles your numbers, that makes no sense for anybody. So the very easy thing is here. If you have a great idea, this can be copied within a day today. So great ideas is not the selling point anymore. You need something that is reliable, that you can rely on. You will not put your business at risk just for a good idea. And this is pretty much how it works and how become resilient.
Perfect. Thank you, Stefan. Now I will talk with Marcos Barros. Marcos Barros, my question for you is, how can leaders build resilience brands that thrive while developing talent and shaping future-ready organizations? Of course, we want to know about your company too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My company is called Oxford Business Masters. We are a consultancy company based in England. We have a branch in Brazil. And I will tell you how we lost our business and started again. Because I believe that resilience is not about not falling. It's about what you do when you are on the floor. And we had a thriving business doing mentoring for new entrepreneurs and leaders. And everything was face-to-face. And when I mention face-to-face, you already know how the business collapsed. Lockdown came, and suddenly we could not meet with our clients anymore, so no business anymore. So I didn't know what to do. I'm sure some of you went through this kind of experience here during the lockdown. So I began to do the only thing that I could, that was to post videos on YouTube telling everyone about all our secrets, like all that we knew that we were selling to our customers, we are now giving for free. And after lots and lots of YouTube videos published, posted, we had someone calling us saying, we are organizing a conference in Brazil, a virtual conference, and I would like to invite you to be the keynote speaker. So I spoke for about 1 hour to an invisible audience on YouTube, and then someone asked, I was talking about objectives and key results, and that's what our company do. We help organizations to build their strategic plans and then execute it using OKRs, or objectives and key results. So someone asked, can we use OKRs in the public sector? Now, anyone with a bit of good sense would think, well, if the person is asking, probably it is someone from the public sector. So let's give them a reasonable kind of answer. Well, not me. I gave them an utterly stupid answer. I said, you have to be a bit crazy, a bit mad, to try to use OKR in the public sector. The public sector is outdated. It is slow. It's hierarchical. It is bureaucratic. So I gave them 10 reasons why you should not consider this kind of agile strategy or agile framework in the public sector. Well, half an hour later, someone sent me a message. Hello, I'm the strategy director for the public ministry in the state of blah, blah, blah. That was back in Brazil. And I thought, oh no, what have I done? Then the coin dropped that I really gave them a very offensive kind of reply. But the person was very graceful and said, we have a team of mad people here in our organization willing to talk to you about OKRs in the public sector. So that became a contract, and then another one, and then another one. So for 2 years, I worked serving this organization, this public organization. And I was so grateful that I had this opportunity to start a business again, because I had my money run out, and I was really starting to struggle, even financially. And then I gave myself totally to the organization there. And our contract said that we would implement OKRs in 5 sectors. We did 16 sectors without charging more for it. Everything that they asked me, I would say, yes, we can do it. No extra charge for that. So after 2 years, I decided to go and visit them, my wife and I. When we got there at the airport, there were more than 10 people waiting for us from this organization. And as a surprise. And they hugged us, they thanked us. And they were big names like public prosecutors, directors, and so on. So that moment, I realized that we were not just, they were not there because of a contract, not because of a framework. They were there because somehow we became friends. Somehow they began to value the relationship more than the contract. And that moment, the coin dropped for me that you build resilience by caring for people above all. From there, they began to tell other states back in Brazil about the work that we were doing. And we had another contract, and there are more contracts. Today, we are market leaders. And we helped more than 25 large organizations in Brazil to build their plans and mostly execute their plans. And we keep growing. And I'm really, really grateful for this door that opened to us. But if you ask me about any secret, the secret, I believe, is if you care only for money, you build a transaction. Yeah. If you care for people, you build a resilient brand. So for me, a resilient brand is the brand that is looking at people's needs, caring for them. And as my friend Stephen Dennis wrote in his book, Reinventing Capitalism, love your customer as you love yourself. That's a big secret for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's true. So let me invite Gaurish Mathur. Gaurish, welcome too. My question for you is, what strategies help global brands stay resilient while adapting to diverse markets and shifting conditions? Of course, we want to know about your company too, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was lovely, like you guys spoke really well, and I got to know you brilliant guys over here. And good morning, everyone over here. So, guys, today I am representing Zafire SGB Global Private Limited, which is based in India. In India, we have 3 branches right now, and our headquarter is based in the smallest town in India, which is Vidisha. And from there, we started the company by only focusing on one strategy, that is localized. We were low-key company, and we are still the low-key company. Now we are expanding our wings. And what our company do is, our company works in IT sector. So we make softwares, just like you, sir. But we do use AI and ML. We do sometimes copy. But yes, we can say like right now, we are kind of becoming pioneers in neobanking and, Morth softwares, which are road and transport safety softwares. We are developing them with our own cameras, because we are developing our own hardware as well now. So now we are expanding ourselves by using the hardware, the softwares, and all the aspects. So as I said, the strategies are something which connects the dot. Without strategizing, I don't think so any business can go anywhere. So strategies are something which are highly required for each and every business. And when we connect it with the resilience part, localization is something which I focus on the most. Because I believe the more global and local touch is connected, the more brand flourish. And to flourish the brand, you have to understand the locals. Like, for an example, I can say, if in case I want to do business in Canada, I need to understand Canadian market first. I need to connect with the people who are in Canada. I need to understand their understanding and their cares for what they want to do and they want. And then I will be making the software. Then I will be creating the system architecture for them. So that is what I believe is the key strategy and is the keynote from my side. That is, don't just understand the business, understand the customer, understand their what they exactly want and what they really want you guys to understand. So that is it, I guess. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much. Yes, you can clap hands. Thank you. Alexander Grossman, welcome. And my question for you is, what strategy advantage do leaders gain when they upgrade their inner operating system before upgrading their brand? Your company first, of course.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, what does leaders when they upgrade their operating system? It's very important because we know that, especially from a corporate perspective, when you are distributing products across the world, you have certain teams are performing well in the same market, the same resources, and there are others doing not so well. So the question is always, why is this happening? What is the difference between countries, teams, whatever? And you can reduce this to human consciousness somehow. We are operating in between the leadership and operating systems of humans. This is what we are providing. And yeah.
So,
yeah.
yes, Alexander.
Yeah. So Clarity is one very important thing you need to have as a leader. Clarity is driving performance. As a leader, you need to have this clarity. It's about the clarity of your strategy and your inner being. Then, yeah. Sorry, I lost it.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
So, our panelists talk about the importance of put human first. So I think this is so important talk here in our countries, our company. And the moment I will ask if someone on this audience want to make questions for our panelists, can give a contribution for this team. I don't know if someone want to make a questions. Yes, please.
Good morning. My name is Jody Brockington. I'm the founder of Niara Consulting and co-founder of Venture Philanthropy Blueprint, of which you will hear from the founder this week. But for you guys, as you talk about what winning leaders do differently, I'm just interested of how you do lead in good times versus some of the more challenging times, because within especially any business life cycle, there's ups and downs, and often it's when you shine when it's not so good. But, you know, do you see some things that you do consistently no matter what? And then when you need to rally, what is it that each of you kind of do to really, you know, it's difficult running things. So just how do you lead do you lead differently or exactly the same in good or bad times within your life cycle of your businesses, since most of you seem to be serial entrepreneurs, like you've had more than one business. So if there's an example.
Thank you so much. That was actually my question, so she copied. So I'm really curious to hear it, guys. I'm gonna go first. Shall I give one more mic, or one is enough for you guys?
I guess.
You have to. Okay.
We have a couple of these things. If you guys don't mind, I like to answer. I would say it's a mixture. But one of the most important lessons I learned over the last couple of years especially is listen to your employees. Listen carefully. So that does not mean implement a democracy. That's not. They need leadership. But leadership comes from understanding. And your employees, they tell you what to do. Take this and make a strategy out of that. Makes it really resilient.
Thank you, Stefan. Another question's coming to you. More applause, like Stefan. I really take a note of what you're saying, guys. Let's support.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tushar. I'm the co-founder of an ad agency in India. My question is for all of you. So you spoke highly about resilience and building brands for people. That's what I have been doing for the last decade and a half in my life. One question that I have is, what happens when you're growing a company and the team grows faster, the company grows faster than the team? So suppose you are on a decade of timeline and the people who help you reach from 0 to 100, and now your company is going from 100 to 1,000, and the team is not able to catch up. And these are the core team members who helped you reach, who were with you on your tough times, but you need to scale. How do you navigate a situation like this?
Well, I believe that scale is what you're asking about. And I believe that the hardest decision to make in this situation is to be able to say no, because accelerated growth can kill a business, because you start getting enchanted by the money coming in and you are becoming the best, And your ego, or our ego, the leader's ego, can destroy the company, I believe, in this kind of situation. So it's better to say no. In my experience, it's better to say no to new businesses and wait and lose opportunities until you are really prepared to embrace what you want to embrace. Of course, we all have to grow, and we want to grow, but we have to have internal alignment and preparation, so you have people to do what's necessary to do. Of course, we are now in the middle of, or in the beginning of a big season when scale is getting a new meaning through artificial intelligence, depending on the business that you are. So that creates new opportunities and new grades of scale as well. But I believe that the answer is to be able to say no and wait for the right moment. That's what I believe.
I think in addition to that, it's also to mention perhaps that to say no and then keep yourself fit and keep yourself resilient, because a dead cow cannot feed the calf. And if you are a founder, you are the one who has to motivate. I think that's an important aspect.
And to add something from the technological point of view, I would say 5 years ago the answer would be completely different. Times have changed, and they're still changing, and new opportunities comes up. So a lot of things that have to be done by people in the past can now be done by technology. And therefore, I would say scaling a business was never that easy. But do it with caution and focus on the real important thing. Don't try to catch every falling knife.
Perfect. More question? Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for all of the great insight that you have provided to us. My name is Altamise Nicole. I'm the CEO and founder of the Azar Agency. We are a PR and marketing firm, US-based in South Carolina. And my question for you is more about being a disruptor in your industry. And when you are a disruptor in the industry, you are often met with resistance from those who are your peers, your colleagues, and those who have been in that industry, and they're just not ready for the change. In those situations, how do you navigate the resistance that you are felt, that your organization is encountering by other industry leaders within your space? And thank you.
Well, I'm very used to this. First as a female and be in a completely male industry. And second, I invented a product which was not on the market so far. So I think the most important thing is being very aware of what you're selling, and being just aware when you're founding that your product cycle will go like this, and being aware that your product or your service that you're selling has different ways to point out in different times and with a different client. So that's important, I think, to consider. And then you just ramp up the hill, and don't lose your path, even if you have to grab a stone there or there to lift yourself up, but never lose the path then.
I would say disrupting a market sounds much nicer than it probably is. Being the first most of the time means being the first failure. The best example, I come up with an example, but a really important thing is being the first does not necessarily mean being the winner. Being the second most of the time is the better thing. That means, so the example I wanted to mention is Yahoo and Google. So who was first and who dominates the market? I would say it's always good to be ahead, but be cautious, be pushing it too much, because the resistance to change of people is your biggest challenge. Yes, absolutely. So in software business, there is one wisdom. If you want to make your existing system beloved, try to invent a new one.
There's a saying that is, pioneers get shot and settlers get rich. So it's sometimes, usually it's better to be a settler, the one who goes after. The pioneer goes first and overcomes everything. So not to be a pioneer is not always good.
So back to your question, what do you do with the resistance, correct? So first of all, I do not resist the resistance, that there's a resistance. I mean, at the end, it's energy. And if you resist the resistance, it's even getting bigger. So that's the first thing I would recommend to you. And then if you want to be successful, first you need to be the first. Apple was one with the iPod, basically. So they invented the iPod, were the first in the market. If you can't be the first, you need to be the best. As it was already mentioned, Google was not the first one, but it has the best searching platform. If you can't be the best, you need to be different. And this is where you are basically most probably in. You are different, so that's very important. Then you distort the market, and the market can improve with your ideas, whatever you have developed. And the last thing is, if you can't be different, you need to be fast. If you are not one of those four things, you won't be successful. And don't resist the resistance. Just go with it and keep going. Keep your vision high. Follow your vision. This is your anchor. Yeah.
I would just want to add up one more thing. Well, I come from India. I see a lot of competition every day, right? So, the first mover advantage is always there, but it doesn't mean that the first mover always wins. He have the advantage. It doesn't mean they win. So that is how, just cope up and keep your hopes high and be innovative always. So that's how you win. Thanks.
Perfect. More questions, please?
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me well? Okay. So good morning. My name is Laura Patak. I'm a founder myself.
1, 2, 3.
Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Fantastic. Let me raise a bit my voice. So first of all, love the stories which you told us this morning. I think reinventing yourself as a leader, it's a discipline, and it's something which could become a future skill. And when you are talking about what worked before, I think we are talking about some playbooks which worked before, right? And in disruption, some of the old playbooks might not be valid nowadays. So my question is, from your experience and from your reinvention process, what were the things which you stop doing, or continue doing in leadership?
I don't think that there is an easy answer for that, but I believe that in hard times or times of disruption, of times of big crisis, all that you have is the values that were built inside. So you have to be coherent, you have to be aligned, your actions have to be aligned to what you really believe, because that's what you have to count on. And if you are aligned with who you are, I believe that somehow you will find your way back. And for me, that's what worked for me. Like in my story, I began to post videos telling all about our strategies and so on, because I believe that many people would be going through a hard time, as I was in my business as well. So, and that saved my company, literally. So I believe that this is the most important thing, and everything else will be a consequence of that, I believe.
I'd like to add something. It's, you ask, your question was multi-dimensional, but one of the most important things, I guess, in tough times, you need some, as a leader, you have to be some kind of a lighthouse to your team. Stay calm and stay strong. That is the most important thing that gives confidence to your team. So as a leader, it's not about your innovations or your ideas or whatever. It's really about being the one who knows where to go. Give your team the confidence. This is the thing that makes your team really strong.
Thank you, Stefan.
Can I just add as well?
Sure.
Excellent, and excellent point. I believe that your team needs to know that you care for them, really care for them. Because in hard times, it's very easy to forget people. And we are concerned about cash flow, we are concerned about market share. But again, our teams, our people, if we really care for them in a real way, they will stick with you. They will fight together with you. They will believe together with you, because you showed what your values are. You showed to them where you are going. They believe in your leadership, so they will stick with you. And the chances of you overcoming it multiply many times, I believe.
And as you were mentioning, certain playbooks don't work anymore. Huh? And that's true, because the market is evolving. We have AI over the place. Things are changing. Intelligence is available everywhere in a minute with AI. And what I like a lot is always, when I work with my clients, is what if there is no history? What if we just entered the market today and we do know nothing about it? I like this always to make this example when we work with finance and commercial teams, because financial planning is always related to the past. How do you do it? You take the last 3 years, the average, times the market dynamic, times your ambitions. But what if you, and this is important for financial planning, because companies need to know where they will end the year or the next 3 years for the investors and so on. But if you're working with a commercial team, for example, and ask a question, what is possible if we would not be influenced by the past? And then you open up your mind. You open a field which you are connecting to, where things get possible, which you even were thinking about that's possible. So back to your question, sometimes it's good not to have a playbook. Sometimes it's good not to have anything from the past and just to rethink things, to open a field where things can occur which you have never thought be possible.
Thank you so much, Alexander. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, our
Unfortunately, we cannot
panelists.
take more questions, sorry, because we're a little bit behind the schedule, but obviously you can take opportunity to ask the panelists over the break. So, Krios, you have any more questions?
No, just say thank you so much, our panelists, for sharing this moment with me. In the final, I want to say just one thing. Don't wait for the moment right. Make you the right moment for you. I'm not speak very well English, and I think everyone see that. But I make this moment right for me. So take a risk. Thank you so much. Thank you.